My first attempts at approaching women were embarrassing. I walked around my college campus for hours, making excuses. She's not hot enough. She's too hot. She's walking too fast. She's walking too slow. She looks too dumb. She looks too smart. And sadly, it took me years of failing to finally approach a single girl. And I'll admit, my hands were shaking on that first approach. Literally shaking. Still, this was the breakthrough I was waiting for. Hopefully, now that I could approach a girl, I would eventually get a girlfriend if I could just talk to enough women. But all I got was a string of rejections. One girl at a bar complained to a bouncer, and I got banned from that bar for life. Other times, girls literally laughed at me because I was so awkward. I started to think my situation was hopeless. Maybe I just wasn't cut out for the whole dating thing, and my genes were not meant to be passed on. One day, I even did a Google search to learn about Russian brides. Yeah, I was desperate. Thankfully, right as I was about to give up on myself, I learned about a little-known concept that explained why I was constantly getting rejected. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Apparently, I could use the power of something called emotional contagion to make people feel anything I wanted them to, almost like some kind of hypnosis. There was only one problem. This was a tool that had never been applied to seduction before, and I had no idea how to do so. I felt like I was holding the key to finally be able to attract women, but I didn't know where the door was. I spent months of trial and error trying different methods for using emotional contagion in my interactions with women. Most of my attempts fell flat. Just like before, girls were more likely to pat me on the back and say, "It was nice meeting you," than they were to go on a date with me. However, one day, that all changed. I found a way to tap into my subconscious mind and finally gain control of emotional contagion. I was able to make a girl feel turned on within seconds of meeting her. Women were even starting to check me out from across the room. Sometimes they literally approached me and asked me on a date, even though this had never happened before in my entire life. I went from getting kicked out of bars for being too awkward to sleeping with new women every single month. And I will teach you how to do the same in my upcoming online course, The Spark. In The Spark, you're going to learn how to use emotional contagion to make women chase you aggressively. And if you're worried that this is going to be some $1,000 course, rest assured, The Spark is extremely underpriced and is affordable for anyone, even if you work in fast food. Despite that, the concepts inside took me over 20,000 hours to discover and perfect. You are going to learn advanced seduction secrets that you have never heard of anywhere else. Keep an eye out for my upcoming videos to learn more about The Spark and to gain access to a 50% discount when you get your copy within 48 hours of release.